Hello YouTube and welcome to New Obsidian Duel Academy. I am your host, Lady Cerisa, and class is now in session. Today's deck of the year, well I shouldn't say that the year, but like today's deck is actually really fun but difficult to pilot and something like, you know, it's a control deck. Specifically Pixie control. And you'll notice, like, we're only running 2 Pixie Knights here, but, like, this deck has a lot of floaters, so to speak, that can go into in a very easy Chaos Engine, which you'll see here, and just, like, ways to troll your opponent just by trying to get these cards out. That's why it's actually monster heavy and trap heavy. But notice that we don't actually have an extra deck this time around. Note that most of my decks in the GOAT format, they do have an extra deck because I plan on playing Metamorphosis. In this one, you kind of don't have that option. You don't always want to see Pixie Knight in your hand, even though this card is like a card that you want to be thrown out there and blow stuff up. But, you know, not so much blow stuff up, but like get your spells to more so control your opponent, especially like Delinquent Duo, your draw cards, and a Snatch Steal. Premature Burial and Bait Doll is your main, one of your main spell and trap destroyers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. We have 1 Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, 2 Chaos Sorcerer, a playset of Thunder Dragons, 2 copies of Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, 1 Tribe Infecting Virus for more control, 1 Breaker the Magical Warrior for some back row hate, DD Warrior Lady because big cards are scary, especially Jinzo, a playset of Mystic Tomato to better search out your Sangan, and maybe even your Midoriya. A playset of Shiny Angel to better search off your Pixie Knight, and you run 2 of those. 1 copy of Midoriya, we mentioned that earlier, it destroys monsters. 1 Sandian to search off your Sinister Serpent usually, or even your Morphing Jar, but mostly your Sinister Serpent. 2 copies of Pixie Knight. As I mentioned before, there are builds that run 3 of them, but this is a card that you do not want to see in your hand if you're starting off, because you're running so few spells that if you don't get a spell in your hand, it's kind of dead. So we run 2 copies of that. 1 copy of Morphing Jar, 1 copy of Sinister Serpent, and that's it for the monsters. We're running 23 monsters. Holy shit, that's a lot of monsters for a GOAT format deck. 1 copy of Bait Doll in our spells, 1 Delinquent Duo, 1 Pot of Greed, 1 Graceful Charity, 1 Snatch Steal, and 1 Premature Burial, the standard one-offs, except for Bait Doll, which is a tech. So that's 6 spells. For our traps, we have 11 traps. We have 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential Tribute, extra spell and trap card removal, 2 copies of Dust Tornado, 1 Magic Cylinder, a playset of Phoenix Wind Blast. This card stalls your opponent's game state, so yeah, why not use it? 1 copy of Ring of Destruction, which is kind of necessary. 1 copy of Call of the Hunted to bring back your Pixie Knight, or any other card that you have necessity for. Holy crap, I cannot English today. 1 copy of Magic Jammer because, you know, spell negate, it's kind of there. Yeah. For our side, I did not know what to put in there, so I kind of guessed. So what I guessed was 1 Mobius, the Frost Monarch, 1 Exiled Force, which seems pretty standard, 2 copies of Night Assailant. Don't ask. Don't ask. I'm not 100% sure on this one. A playset of Mystic Swordsman level 2, which is usually a one-off anyways, but yeah. 1 Heavy Storm in case your traditional back rows is not enough for your opponent's back rows. 1 Sorcerer Revealing Light. 2 copies of Nobleman across out, since if they're, you know, setting monsters a lot. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, again, back row hate. A playset of trap dust shoot to stall your opponent's game state. Anyways, that's it for the deck list. Let's go ahead and go into the replays. Alright, so I have multiple copies of like same deck builds just to see what ones I was going to use for this video. However, I only remember to save like 4 of them, and 2 of them were like the same person, and this one was like their meme deck. This one though being a little bit serious. So we're gonna go with their serious build, and on this one. So I want to go with this particular one to show them off. I think I actually lost this one. It is Vast, very great duelist. They're the one that goes first. They activate Delinquent Dude, getting rid of my Nodora and Sangan. So oops. Activating 2 wave motion cannons and setting 3. Here I am doing looping Thunder Dragon until I only have all my Thunder Dragons to activate Bait Doll, get rid of the Sullen Judgment, and set a Mirror Force and Special Summon Chaos Sorcerer to go into attack. And I meet my ultimate demise with Sheep Tokens. Sheep Tokens. Then they get rid of my Mirror Force with Dust Tornado. Their turn, they get 2 Wave Motion Cannon tokens and a Solemn Judgment set. I know this one Tribal Infected Virus, which meets its own doom to a Solemn Judgment, so I have to play the long game and worry about the Wave Motion Cannons. I don't really have much here to go off of because the Delinquent Duo really hurt. They set us Horn of Heaven, which gets rid of my Shining Angel, so I can't get that, but they still have a couple of tokens. I have to try to work harder to try to get into the game here, so if I get a monster, yay. If I don't, boo. Alright, so I go into attack with a Chaos Sorcerer. I activate Wingwind Blast, set 1 back, and then just have to deal with 1 Wave Motion Cannon and they surrender. Whew, that was scary. Next we have Viking King versus me. Viking King is playing a Dragon deck. I am playing, of course, Pixie control. I activate Graceful Charity, drop 2, get your Thunder Dragon plays, go into more Thunder Dragon plays to set up for BLS, set my Pixie Knight, and Mirror Force and finish with Blast. They summon into a Lesser Dragon with a Solemn Judgment set. I get my Graceful Charity back into the top of my deck. Then I can turn around, activate Bait Doll, get rid of their back row. It's with the Solemn Judgment that I learned already. So then activate Graceful Charity, go into more plays, get a BLS on board. Activate Shining Angel, get the Pixie Knight, 2 turn around, and get Graceful Charity back to the top of my deck for more draw power. Then I use BLS's attack directly twice, or attack twice, in fact, to deal ultimate damage. They send a monster, and then I get a Graceful Charity. Graceful Charity activates, draw 3, discard 2, get Tribal Infected Virus. I go ahead and attack for game. Alright. Last, we've got a guy that's relatively new to to not only the Discord channel but to the Twitch. We've got Spongy Baby. They are playing a equip spell type deck against my Pixie control, where I go into Kaiku and then attack and set a destruction, attacking their monster, going in phase. They send a monster, equip my monster with a EQB Direct Mord. I don't know. Normal summon Break of the Magic Warrior, pop the equip spell, then start attacking. Get attack into their Kotetsu, which they get an equip spell, and I attack with Kaiku, get rid of their 2 monsters in the graveyard. They say they have full combo at this point and get into a monster that can attack multiple times per equip spell and go into attack my Kaiku. I am my turn, I normal summon Mystic Tomato, set a Magic Cylinder, start attacking for game. Well, I say for game. They are left with 100 life points. They draw a card, summon a monster, and go and try to attack into my Mystic Tomato and take the win, or go out on their own. That's it for the video. If you want to join in with us with dueling online, because I duel with viewers every time I do a new deck, so I'm learning with everyone else, and you guys can take your hardest deck, whatever, and just wham on me so I can better learn the deck regardless. And then you're more than welcome to. The Twitch link is going to be provided in the description below. And as always, I hope you guys took something from this deck profile and from the videos and the replays, and utilize it for your own builds for GOAT format if you wanted to. If not, I do hope you enjoyed the video at least, and if so, hit that like button. If not, hit the dislike button. And as always, stay awesome. Class dismissed. Bye-bye!